Okay, there. There.
Good, your regulator's in position.
So regulator's in the middle. He's pretty much telling me what I'm doing right.
The gas bubble needs to be next to the coil if it's gonna ignite.
Okay, I'll light your pilot and turn the gas on.
You pull the lever on the left to turn.
Aha, I see how it is.
So that's how it's being done.
Maybe. There could be a fault with these valves. I've adjusted this one for our experiment, but you need to take it to InstaHeat and see what they say. Their headquarters is on North Harvard Boulevard, number 262.
Thanks, Albert.
You're welcome, Biggs. See you at the next show.
That guy looks so familiar too. I know all these guys are actors, but I don't remember where. I just recognize all these guys are actors I'm aware of. But I just can't put my finger on who they are. I know I've seen them.
Fire. You should go to the factory and see how many of these things are going bang in the night.
You know this Chapman character?
Guy's a freak. Loves fires. He's the kind of guy that we'd like for a lot of things. We don't really have any credible evidence to pursue him with.
I'm interested to see what
Come
that would
on!
never happen. I'm interested to see what InstaHeat has to say about all this. Why is their shit flawed, or how they install it, or whatever the case is, or because for all we know, they could have gotten an order to set up these things improperly like that, and maybe that's what's causing the explosions. But we'll find out.
Oh, for God's sakes!
Oh, for God's sake. He's freaking out. Everyone's just like, God damn it, Phelps, you can solve crimes like a motherfucker, but you can't drive for shit. I know! Oh! InstaHeat. Before we go in, I want to hop in one of these.
Jeez, it's cold. What's wrong with a good old-fashioned black and white?
Just wanted to have that.
When is America gonna realize? About giving.
Alright, who do I talk to? Over here, I guess.
Detective Phelps and Biggs, arson. We're investigating a couple of house fires. What can you tell us about this?
Pressure regulator from a Model 70 here. Let me take a look. We have a problem. This has been tampered with.
What?
You see this diaphragm? It forms a seal across the saddle here. Gas flows across from here to here. The diaphragm regulates flow. It's been reversed. It's a subtle change, but it means the gas never closes off properly.
Huh.
So you're telling me that this is not a manufacturing fault or service repair?
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the design.
You're telling me that you've never had any problems with this heater?
Look, we've changed the design since the Model 70.
These things are still being installed?
It's the demand. None of us could keep up with the amount of housing going up. At the budget end, we're still using some of the old stock. We are installing 100 heaters a week. They're not all faulty.
They're not all safe, either.
Are these diaphragms prone to failure?
They tend to go after a while. The rubber lasts quite a few years and then it perishes.
So the guys' names that I've been seeing doing the repairs on the heaters, they're fully licensed and accredited.
Sure, of course they are.
You employ accredited mechanics to do this.
We call them installers. Technically, they're gas fitters.
Installers, then.
They know what they're doing, Detective, if that's what you're trying to imply.
So he was
I want you
lying.
to get me a copy of the list of your installers.
Okay, I'll get it for you.
That was my fault.
There, around a dozen of them. Housing
Whoa,
business is going
smaller.
crazy at the moment.
Where does baby oil come from?
This is a long shot. We are not going to rouse that whole list.
We don't need to.
I want to run it by R&I, cross-reference for arsonists. See if any of these guys have any previous. Sir, I need to use your phone.
Go right ahead.
Hold up.
Suck the hell out of you.
Let me look at the clues. Competition ticket. Heater serviced. Regulator valve. I should have looked before I did anything stupid.
The heck?
Oh well.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need to know if any of the following names have a previous criminal history.
Okay, Detective, run the names.
Acevedo Ernesto, Clemens Walter, Elgram John, Gable Leroy, Kelligrew Peter, Cutner Robert, Limehouse Albert, Manning Franklin, Neves Raymond, O'Brien Thomas, Ryan Matthew, Spurgeon William, Varley Reginald, Zurich Stephen.
Clemens Walter, previous conviction for arson and malicious damage. Burned down a house in Westwood in 1942. 4-year jail term.
Thanks.
Ryan Matthew, charged for contempt of court, attempted murder, plea bargain
Wow.
down to assault charge.
Anyone else?
There is a Reginald Varley wanted for murder by Detroit Police Department.
Whoa.
Thanks. You've been a big help, young lady.
Very much so. These motherfuckers have a criminal record.
Employment roster is quite the rogues gallery, Mr. Rasick. Desperate times indeed. Do you have an address for Clemens?
He's working on an apartment building on Catalina and 3rd.
What about Ryan?
Currently working at a housing development on Normandy and 1st Street.
Varley, where is he?
Beverly and Mariposa, currently working on a new housing development. Hey, Varley's a good guy. You can't harass all my people.
These guys have lockers.
Yes, they do, but my men have a right to some privacy. Don't you need a warrant or something?
Show him and keep quiet.
That guy's so familiar too, my partner. God damn, everyone's familiar.
Here. Happy now?
Stick around, Mr. Rasick.
Walter Clemens.
Clemens is a fellow traveler.
Not gonna read that shit. Fuck that. Right, Matthew Ryan. Look, they all have them. What's with these law and authority?
Some light reading on the merciless capitalist machine. Ryan wants the world to be a better place. Don't we all?
These guys are fucked up. Obviously, there's something behind all this crap.
I didn't come to California to be a secretary.
Hold up. I think there's something else. Maybe not. Alright. This guy's probably... Oh, wait a minute.
The company went through thousands of these in the war. Still got eaten alive. Barley has a problem with bugs.
I don't know.
You know that a mosquito coil takes an hour to burn down, Rasic?
No, I didn't know that.
It's the favorite choice of ignition by arsonists. Gives them time to get away.
You're crazy. He probably lives near the canals in Venice. Mind if I leave you to it? I got work waiting.
What are we
3
supposed to do?
birds. Clemens, Ryan, Varley. Where to, Phelps?
Doesn't matter. We can just take a pick. Just to get some air. Trying to burn down the goddamn place?
Well, this day was a total waste of makeup.
Hey, I don't have one of these yet. Come on, run. If it'll let me drive it.
Fine. But if the skipper sees us driving around this, we're dead.
International KB8, KB6. Hold on. I need something faster. This isn't much faster, but it'll do.
But if the skipper sees us driving around this, we're dead.
On KTI, Big Joe Turner.